What is up, y'all? What is up? Today is March 30th, 2022. We back on Wednesday because we had to come back for the last Wednesday in March. March Madness, turning up 2022. It's me, it's your boy Quamon Star G. And we not even gonna hold y'all up. Let me bring them on in. First up, first one in, first day out, the judge herself, Black Lady Courtroom's very own Avia Knighton.
Black Lady Courtroom. Black Lady Courtroom. Yes, we've all been talking about Black Lady Sketch Show. But yes, this is the last day of our March Madness tier, and we're talking about our favorite animated films. I'm excited, and I'm a big lover of animation, and we have some we're gonna have some controversial takes of a certain film, but we'll get into that later. But yes, I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Factuals on top of factuals. Next one up, from the 100-acre woods themselves, the omnipotent one, Mike Odd Geek.
Hey, Reagan. What's up?
Did Mike go camouflage? Did he turn into the Predator? Well, until he returns from the 100-acre woods, we gonna go on to the next main Damon, the man, the myth, the legend, the person who was front row this past Sunday. You may have seen their reaction, one of the few reactions seen around the world. The one and only Aaron Michael. But wait, there's Augie.
I was trying to skip my intro today.
Why?
Hey, y'all.
What's up? All right. Now we're going to get on to Aaron himself, Mr. Aaron Michael Johnson, the third, fourth, and fifth.
Whoo! Oh my God! Yeah, pack your stuff. That's the only time I say that. No, it's not. Animation. I don't know. Y'all know what it is.
How we feeling today, gang?
Amazing.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Spectacular.
That's factuals. How's everybody? How's the weather?
I'm over it.
Oh.
It's been cold, so yeah, and it's not springtime, so I'm a little over it.
It's been raining, and there was a tornado warning earlier today, but it's past now, so it's nothing but gonna be warm and sunny for pretty much the next week.
I hate it.
Yep. Well, we are ready to go. We are ready, willing, and able. We're set, locked, and loaded. Ready to get into it. Ready to just have some fun tonight. Really, just chop it up about things. Just give movies these movies because to set the table of all of the things that will be relevant to tonight's discussion, conversation, and merriment. It's about giving flowers to the medium that is animation, and specifically the movies, the animated movies, because for what seems to be the dawn of cinema, these films have been relegated to either being in the box of family movies, kids movies, or generally things that are not serious. And as we go along, you will get history lessons of specific entities, whether it be about their success, the hurdles they went through, or the accomplishments that they garnered based off of it all. So it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a real fun night of just celebrating these films, because if the Academy ain't going to do it, which there's a lot of things the Academy ain't going to do, then why not us? Why not us give it, kick it greasy? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They already trying to switch the narrative on me, y'all. That's why they so slow.
What? Ain't
They
nobody
trying-
You know who else said that? You know who else said that?
Oh my god.
All righty, y'all. So here it is. Here is our list.
Already
Here-
up there. Already up there.
Oh, it still is, isn't it? I definitely forgot to take it down. But
let's start off with it. Let's go and
Right.
get it out the way.
Oh yeah, let's get
Get it
let's
out the
get
way.
on
It's up there.
On
Let's
there.
get it out the way.
into the
fine.
Spider-Verse. Oh.
Regardless of what 3 to 2 out of 3 to all of them will say.
2 out of 3.
I said all of them because I'm not going to make any assumptions. Like I said before, behind the scenes, I said I'm not going to assume what y'all going to say about nothing. I'm gonna let y'all say what y'all gotta say. I legitimately did forget to take that down because I really wasn't planning on starting the show with
Well,
it.
we're gonna start it off with the show.
But so
that's pretty on brand.
Yes, me being forgetful during the show is actually very on brand. That's not like yes, that's very much on brand. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, a walking masterpiece, a movie that literally both of the genres it's in, superhero and traditional 3D animation, a lot has literally changed the game in both of those regards. This is the first movie to do multiverse in the major superhero genre to the point where literally now everybody under the sun wants to do a form of multiverse to the degree that Spider-Man did. As far as the styling it goes, while there has been certainly no shortage of groundbreaking animation that people have chosen to be creative in, now this movie has almost opened up the second, if from Naruto people out there, another gate has opened as far as the creativity. You look at the bad guys from DreamWorks, you look at the new Puss in Boots movie, those are now doing and having a style that is more unique than the previous outings, whether it be from the franchise, the Shrek Puss in Boots universe, and don't you worry, we'll be talking about Shrek, and generally original ideas. And it's very much now, not going to say no limit because this is still all hard work, but yeah, I believe that as it's going to be perceived, there's going to be before Into the Spider-Verse and after Into the Spider-Verse as far as what it did from a visual standpoint. Now, as far as story goes, literally, in my opinion, in my humble, honest opinion, it is the best example of a graphic novel, comic book, whatever you're going to say. There is nothing better than this movie. Nothing better than this movie in my eyes. It does literally everything it needs to do. It juggles all of the characters it introduced. It still keeps the main focus on the main character. It literally has some of the most compelling stakes in any CBM, and it all wraps itself up tremendously. It's literally, specifically, I know Marvel will never put out a movie better than this one in any of its respective sub studios, mainline studios, whatever. There is not gonna, the only movie that could possibly top this movie is if whatever is adjacent to this movie, if that makes any sense. I'm not gonna pretend like it is, but it's just so it's so for the niche of being a superhero film, it's so one of a kind and so perfect in my opinion. It deserves to be the first of, in my opinion, many in the tippy top, even though if you can look onto your left and see the words, these are all positives because none of these are slacking films. None of these films are slacking. If they're here, then they're the chef's kiss. But I'll end it by saying this. I went to a major comic convention 2 months after this movie came out, and I spoke to as many people who were tangentially involved with the Spider-Man property as well as fans as possible. And the amount of people it touched cannot be overlooked. Somebody literally threw me a bagel while I was there because I was cosplaying as Miles. He was walking around with bagels and just threw one to me, and I ate it. For this movie, people were literally coming together, doing things like it literally changed the game. And so, yeah, it belongs up there. It's a classic. It's something that is going. It's a genre changer. It's a medium changer. It's a game changer, a channel changer, a food changer, whatever changer you can qualify, as far as I'm concerned. I can't switch screens, so I'm just going to assume that y'all didn't freeze.
Well,
did I forget anything? Did I leave anything out?
No.
Am I going to be the one that have to say it? Yeah, I'll say it. Okay. Well. With everything that my co-host has said, let me start off by saying, like Ben Affleck, I agree. And honestly, looking at these tiers now, y'all do what you want to do, but the tippity top, I'm going to consider the films that go. I'm going to hold my thoughts because I only see a couple. But yeah, I mean, Into the Spider-Verse, if it's the best 2D film that's come out, and I don't know how long. And if you know your animation, you know what's up. That's the style they're doing. It's very appreciative. I mean,
it's very interesting. Like the animation style is very interesting. Like because after they did, Into the Spider-Verse, that like you were saying, like that style has pretty much been a staple, especially in Sony animation. Because like the Mitchells versus the Machines had the exact same type of animation style with it.
It's almost, if you can say, it was like the birth of something new as far as animation, and I will give it that it probably started a whole new genre with this style.
Like another movie that's going to be put up there.
Oh, absolutely. I hope I know exactly which one you're talking about, but I'm going to say, oh, absolutely, because if we're on the same wavelength.
Yep. And, it is what it is. Like, no, for real, Into the Spider-Verse is the reason, in my opinion, why animation is more appreciated again. Even though, look, the fact that it beat Disney at the Oscars says a lot. This is a lot.
Right.
That doesn't happen often.
It was going up. I'm sorry, Avian.
Oh, no, go ahead. Keep going.
No, I was just going to ask, what was the movies? Because I think Frozen 2 was that year too. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Has any sequel won an Oscar though?
Not live. The only sequel to win was The Godfather 2. That's the only sequel to ever win an Oscar, The Godfather 2. But no, definitely no animation. But if the second one, Across the Spider-Verse, enters the Oscar race and it wins, it'll be the first animated series sequel to win. So it'll definitely be Oscar. Definitely be history.
They need to go up there and put it up against Best Picture. But that's another conversation.
That we will get to.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Yes. Aaron paid good money to sit here tonight and chop it up about that.
Not good money.
I don't know why man owes me money.
Woo!
There's a man that owes me some money.
Yes, sir. So is that all of the? I swear, am I forgetting something about this movie? No, I'm not forgetting anything about this. I'm not. I think. I said everything I need to say. But
what we got next?
Oh, Aaron, you ruined my bit. I was gonna drag it out. I was hoping y'all weren't gonna. I was gonna drag it out and cut it off at the end.
Gonna ruin that. I'm ruining that now.
Oh my
What?
god!
Don't ruin it.
No, because the whole joke was predicated on if y'all was paying attention enough to me saying that. And then at the very end, I was gonna go, oh, and it's a Christmas, and then cut myself off and end the show.
No.
Because I said it so much in the joke, and I was going to use that to retire.
Much like how the Academy treats animated films, I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. Yep.
Damn you for being topical. But as a wise man once said, fuck the Oscars. This is the better show. This is the show that's going to actually give these movies some grace and give these movies the love and attention that they deserve. So, facts.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
What is up, my beautiful people tuning in, watching this show? Because y'all are all dope as fuck. But yes, in the first, even though, again, I legitimately did not want to keep that up there. I literally forgot. But our first movie on the docket is Into the Spider-Verse in the tippy top spot. And it will not be alone. I can guarantee you that. It will not be alone because we got too many bangers on here. So, next one up, we go from a fave of mine to a fave of Mike's. And I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. Fave of Mike's. And that is the 2018 animated movie Justice League Dark.
2017, and yes, it's my favorite only because Constantine Zatanna, good vibes throughout the whole movie. Yes, of course, not Bruce Willis, Batman is there. Bruce Wayne, yeah, it's my favorite out of all, just because I like chaos and magic, and I like Constantine Zatanna, and yeah, I think it's like one of the out of all the animated movies I've seen, it's like top 3 for me. For DC animated movies, not all animated movies.
Factuals. Avia, Aaron, who wants to go next?
Yeah, I watched it once, and for what I saw, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool movie.
Aaron?
Oh, I'm screaming.
I haven't seen the movie.
Having a Spider-Man shirt on.
Secret Wars. It's a good movie.
It's the better out of the one.
Stay
there.
Yeah.
It got the job done. It got the job done. I do like the Dogma reference it did. I really do like that because nobody references that movie anymore. But yeah, it's cool. I wish they didn't have Batman, but yeah.
Right. I think that's the only thing that I'd be like, okay, he doesn't have to be the star in every freaking thing. That's coming from a Batman fan, but he doesn't have to be he doesn't have to be the main man or the main honcho who gets everybody together. And I mean, Constantine Zatanna could have pulled that whole squad together. Now, who I wish that could have not been in Batman's place, only because it happens in the comics or in the recent run, is that Wonder Woman could have been there.
Exactly.
And it could have led into what happened with the Justice League Dark comics when she was on the squad and it had all that shit and then she got possessed and all that. That would have been kind of cool to see in an animated version of that. But that's another story for another day. So for me, it can go under the super box.
Factuals. I think that's very apropos because it's a super movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. Again, these are all positive tiers.
Child positive.
Yeah. The next one up is Akira.
Right.
Yep.
Up. Yep. There you go.
All right, up there.
It's
Akira.
Like it's a classic. Like they still take bits from it today. Like and it's probably one of the most well-known anime films. Like there, you can't go like within the 90s to now and not have an Akira reference. Like
yes,
in any film, like it's it's a staple in animation. Like it's one of the best.
Tetsuo. But no. Go ahead, Mike.
I remember I read an article saying that Jordan Peele was in discussions to, I don't know if it was direct or produce this. And this was maybe 4 years ago, but I really hope that if there ever is a live action, that it's done correctly, only because I feel like the original is just very close to my heart. And I remember watching it back to back on Hulu because it was on Hulu, and I watched it twice because I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And I had to watch it again to process it, and it's a really great movie, and I wouldn't want anybody to mess it up. Even Jordan Peele, even though I don't think he would mess it up because I feel like his mind could actually do something with it. But yeah.
I was going to say something very controversial, but I stopped myself.
What? What's already controversial that you have?
The same thing.
I'll let Aaron articulate it because I'm pretty sure.
Nope. No.
Have mercy. Well, who would you want to take the mantle of Akira?
Nobody. I need whoever makes if that's any of the case, they cannot be anything but Asian. I'm sick of non-Asian directors who claim to be fans or what the fuck ever touching these properties. You don't understand it. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're anything else other than black. Definitely if you're white. But and that's no guarantee that it'll be good. But at the very fucking least, it'll be authentic. And again, in lieu of it being an Asian director, it needs to be strictly Asianic across the board. No white producers, no white this, that, or anything like that. I don't need anything like that. Not saying this won't result in another Ghost in the Shell or God forbid a Dragon Ball Evolution, but I don't want Jordan Peele basically doing a 2.5 hour version of Stronger. That's what I don't want. I don't want him to basically do that. I need it. If I'm being completely honest, I don't want them touching Akira. It doesn't need to be touched.
I said in the talks, this was like 4 years ago. I don't think this will ever happen.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you about that. But I mean, like the concept of touching Akira.
It keeps being passed around between him and Taika.
Oh God, Lord have mercy! Do not fucking ever let Taika touch this.
Yeah, I just don't think when it comes to like adapting anime or manga, like it gets very touchy in America because trying to Americanize a very, very political story about what happened with post-Hiroshima things,
yes,
you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But Akira changed the game. So
yeah, we don't need to change that because that's like one of the major things. Like that's like literally like the major thing. I don't need them to try to make it like, oh, instead of Hiroshima it's 9/11 or something like no, like let it exist as it's supposed to exist with the context that it's supposed to have the context and let us either be engaged in that story and not try to insert our own idiosyncrasies to make it more palatable for us. Like just let it, like that's what makes it a masterpiece. And plus the Akira slide is godlike. And shout outs to Pokemon, who in my opinion had the best homage to it, because Officer Jenny was looking fresh as hell with Pikachu and her arms sliding and shit with shades on. I was not expecting Pokemon to go that hard in the paint with that, but yes.
Yeah, it's top tier. Like Akira is.
If anything, I just would like them to make a sequel.
That'd be cool. That'd be real cool.
Yes. So we're all in agreement. Top tier, sensational.
If you want to slide it over, that'll be fine too.
So the next one up, next one out.
Well, I mean,
first day out.
We go with. What's up, Joey?
What's up? First day out. 101 Dalmatians.
It's goated just for the scene where the dogs and the owners are like alone. Like that's classic. And the fact that they were able to, it was like one of the first, like in the golden age, where it actually span off from the 61 when it was released to now. Like there's not a lot of Disney films around that time that have done that. It was more modern, like around the Disney Renaissance that they were doing that, but like not a lot from the golden age where it spanned off. And 101 Dalmatians is just one of those films where it's just one of those feel good films. Like Cruella was a great villain. We got to think, we got to see how the dogs thought. And it wasn't just from their owner's perspective, it was from the dog's perspective. And then, trying to get their kids back, and then saving even their puppies back, and even, saving even more puppies. Like it's a classic. Like it was like in the realm right before Disney died. So it's goated.
Facts. And plus, like it was so sad when they had the scene at the beginning when Cruella mom got tackled off that cliff with the dog. That shit was sad as fuck. I couldn't believe that they would have that.
Back in Cruella.
But her costume changes though, like her costumes,
immaculate.
Like was she like that beetle dress or like that moth dress? My jaw dropped to the floor.
Hey, I just had a
realization. Put that on the other week's movies.
I just had a realization. You're right, Mike.
Right. I said y'all sit up here talking about Cruella. We ain't nothing like what?
I had to get that joke in, but
he tried to be funny. Y'all should have put Cruella on 2 weeks ago. 101 Dalmatians to me is like my favorite classic Disney movie ever. I've watched this movie so many times. I don't like. Oh God, I used to watch it all the time. I had it on VHS. Like I used to watch this movie all the time, only because it was I mean, dogs for one, but Cruella, superb villain. The whole storyline, them getting their dogs, their kids back and everything. Oh my God, it's just when the puppies got stole and then the maid was running around about the puppies. Like as a kid, I'm boohoo crying, and then to see them at this mansion, at Cruella's mansion, and they all just chilling, watching TV, like okay, like. God, like that movie is classic and goated forever and ever and ever. And I just looked to see how old that movie was. That movie is 61 years old. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. So yeah,
that's older than me.
That's older than all of us. What are you trying to say?
So, Aaron, what's your word on 101 Dalmatians?
I am hollering.
So I'm assuming that we can agree that it goes into the spectacular.
Yes.
It can. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, child.
Next one up is the Angelina Jolie classic, Maleficent.
That movie was good too. So stop playing in my face, please.
Okay, all right. The next movie up is Sleeping Beauty, the another classic from the Disney Golden Age. Mike, go on ahead and take the lead on that one.
Oh God. What can I say? Maleficent. The fact when she walks in and says, well, and then God, like, oh my God, like it's just it's everything. Like, she is one bad villain. I know I love Cruella, but I'm sorry, Maleficent, the way she cast that spell over Sleeping Beauty. Aurora, let me give her name. Aurora, the way she cast that spell over her, listen well. And then like, it's just the aesthetics.
Yes.
Maleficent, bitch. I'm sorry. Like,
look, Maleficent was a baddie. Maleficent was a baddie. Like
yes, indeed.
Cause
She
like,
put them in, when she put the little fairy godmothers in the little thing. She said, "Hush, don't."
yes, she moved them away.
Let me say this spell real quick, and then y'all can have y'all little child or whatever. I'm gonna say what I gotta say because in the future I'm gonna have what I want. It's the fact that she spoke words into the future and still made her go prick her finger and like she still made her do that. So yeah, even with the live action, I do like the comparison of the original and the movie that came out, Maleficent. They do take a lot of things. And I was appreciative of knowing what Maleficent's backstory was. So it just makes that whole Sleeping Beauty, affect, everything and more. Petty but a baddie. Okay.
She came in walking in like she owned the place. She came in walking like she owned the place. Like, yeah. So y'all not gonna invite me? Y'all not gonna invite me to this Christmas? Okay, I got something for y'all.
I got something for y'all hoes.
And the animation was just incredible.
Yes.
Like the fire was transformed into a dragon. Like just the action, like Philip running, trying to save Aurora, fighting her. Like everything about it, even though it's only like a hour and 15 minutes, there's so much going on in that hour.
It's a short ass movie.
That whole dragon fight sequence at the end is like so incredible, especially for the time period. Like literally just some of the best examples of early animation and the lengths that it could go with the resources that they had. Like that's like no digital. This was before any type of digital anything. This was all hand drawn, storyboarded, the whole nine. And they were able to pull off something as iconic as that, especially with the transformation, the fight, all of it.
Come on, that's what I love about Disney. They used to use a lot of pastel colors and make them look very clean on screen. And even when they re-released them and add a little bit of that je ne sais quoi of HD and 1040p or 4K or 8K, when they add a little bit of that, it makes it even better and crisp and clean. Woo, Jesus, I'm about to start speaking in tongues just now. I'm just thinking about my own viewing experience on my TV.
Yes.
So I think for me, it can go up there by sensational. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's a sensational classic. Like I said, for it to come out years later, and we get to have a backstory and the actual story in Maleficent. Like we got Maleficent's story, and we still got to see the Sleeping Beauty story. I feel like that's amazing to do with the movie that came out so long ago.
And I wish oh my bad, sorry, Mike.
No, good. You good.
I like how like the villains in these animated films, because like like you said, their backstory isn't really explained, but now they are making villain origin stories. It'd be cool if they were if they were animated. Like, it'd be cool if they were animated in their original, in their type of style that they were. But it is what it is. But
I like Ben Affleck. I agree. There's no qualms, no discussions.
Also, the Disney films that we're talking about, Aaron and I have a Disney animated series for A&A too, so check that out as well.
Let's
plug it in.
I'm about to plug it in right now.
Yeah. So next up in her is the 2012, 11. I'm gonna stop trying to get every one of these years because I sure am going to be wrong. But Paranorman,
yes,
a Tim Burton joint. This is one of these. It was a Jason. I think I'm not.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it was.
I know he was a producer on it.
Oh yeah.
But
was,
as
Chris Butler and Sam Fell.
Bam.
Close enough.
Yes. They just used Tim Burton as a pseudonym. Facts. So it was those two guys.
But I love Paranorman. It's a cute little it also has some adult themes because Norman sees dead people, like he sees ghosts. And it's just a very well done animated, stop motion, like the things that they do with like I think it's Leica. I think Leica produced this.
Yeah.
Yes.
But but it's just one of those stop motion where you're like, wow, like the technology of stop motion is just like how 2D and 3D, are evolving. Stop motion is evolving as well, and it just keeps getting better and better. And with Paranorman, this is like you could definitely tell where their stop motion was going, and the storyline with it just chef's kiss, chef's kiss.
I agree. I remember when Paranorman came out, a lot of people were buzzing hard about it. They were very much enjoyable about it. They very much were like, yeah, this is an immaculate example of the stop motion claymation era, subgenre of animation. And like a nice chunk of it is in black and white, right? Like,
No.
I don't know. It's not.
I'm about to say, I feel like that's Frankie and Weenie.
Yeah, that's
That-
breaking news.
that's the one. That's the one. Yes. But still, another good movie. We should have put that in there. But Paranorman definitely is one of the, in my opinion, it's up there in the pantheon of the stop motion films. There's a lot of great ones. In my mind, there's three that spring to mind. Two of them is one of the other one is here. The other one is a glaring omission on my end because no one reminded me about it, and it came to me late. And so, yeah, Kubo.
Which one is it?
Kubo. It's Kubo.
Kubo and this 2 strings. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a fourth one too.
Yep. There's a lot of them.
Because I mean, you can't forget about Chicken Run, but that's a whole other story.
Oh God!
And also about
and then we get the sequel.
and also the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right.
That's for next one. Oh
Okay.
no, like Paranorman is a good bend on the horror genre. It's a spectacular movie. It really is. Like it took what everybody is used to, and it did something new with it. And I love like the little twists and stuff. Like it's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the fact that it was supernatural and horror, but it wasn't too like if I wanted my nephews and nieces to watch this movie, it wouldn't be too bad for them to enjoy. They will get a nice kid-friendly supernatural and horror introduced to them. So we can go on and put that on Spectacular.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Paranorman. Now, next up is a personal favorite of mine, and I'm going to assume a favorite of y'all's to some degree, or y'all like it. It is the 2005 classic Shark Tale starring. Y'all laughing, but recent events just gave me an opportunity to talk about this movie, how much I love it. Will Smith, Renee Zellweger, Jack Black, Robert De Niro, Angelina Jolie,
and
one of Bob Marley's kids.
And
I said Will Smith at the top.
Martin Scorsese.
Oh shit! What does Scorsese play?
He played his boss. He played his boss.
That was his boss.
Yeah.
Look, I don't pay attention to the sound of Martin Scorsese's voice.
He had the eyebrow thing.
I did not know that, y'all. I did not know Scorsese. That was Scorsese. I dead ass didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was him.
I learned something new. But no, real talk though, Shark Tale to me it sits up there in like the top 5 best DreamWorks movies. I feel like is like you give Will Smith and Jack Black a vehicle to just do what they want or just what come to their mind, and it's just a lot. It's just fun. It's fun. It's a fun movie. in my opinion, a good message. Let me go to these comments.
I just think Shark Tales came out at the wrong time. I feel like it came out at the wrong time. It was a really good movie, but I just feel like it came out at the wrong time.
Yeah. Because I mean the themes were pretty adult.
Yes, Gold Digger. Who could forget the Justin Timberlake Timberland classic? She's a gold digger. She's dangerous, super fast. Next thing you know, she might take your cash. Digger.
Yo, I just.
That man said, "Lola, I should have known it was you." She's like, "So there's only one thing I love more than money." Revenge.
No, it's that one like bet it all.
Like that was not at all what she said. And then the horsefish, the seahorse tripped underwater. Like, how in the halibut do you trip underwater? How does that even
halibut? You is clever.
The movie said it. That line has been seared into my brain since I saw it in theaters. Like that movie is hilarious. It's not
it's sizzling.
Yes, I will 100%. I will 100% agree that that's where it goes. But it's a nice sizzle. You put that junk in, pop that in. You sit back, you watch it, you laugh.
I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for the next one. Ooh, me and Eric got some thoughts on the next one.
Oh hell yeah! There's two things. If y'all squint real close, you can see the two movies. You can see what it is because there's two things in life. Two things in life that you must know when it comes to these pets, these animals that we all love. See, the first thing, and shout outs to Kareen and the squad because they reminded folks of this, is that cats don't dance. That's number one. So Avia, Aaron, pop off. Let these folks know what's good about it. Let them know.
Okay. So this movie is just it. There is a lot of commentary in this film. There is a lot of commentary because you see Darla, who is pretty much modeled after it could be any child actor, but you could tell they were talking about Shirley Temple. Like they definitely put it in the 30s. You can definitely tell that was the time that they were going in, and there were people, but the animals were pretty much stuck in their role. Like when you see, "There's my little boat on the sea," and like if each animal had their one line, and then and it's like it was. I'm gonna say it. It was. I feel like it was a commentary on minorities in the film industry, like how they were training, how they really don't have the opportunities that the white people in Hollywood have. And it was a very great commentary because the main character is this cat going from small town to the big city with big hopes and big dreams, and he learns he still has that hope and that optimism of making it big, and like he inspires all the other animals around him to go for their dreams. And I would love to see this performed on Broadway somewhere. Like I feel like it would be great if they did that. It would definitely be better than Cats. I'm just gonna say it. But I love this film. Like me and Aaron watch it all the time, and we talk about it all the time. It's a classic. So good. Jasmine Guy, like yeah.
Of a different world fame for those who might not be aware of her iconicness.
And just so many great voice actors who voice the animals, the people, like top tier.
Yeah. Shout outs to Arsenio Hall.
Why?
I just wanted to say it. He came.
I was like,
period. Just a plug, period.
Yeah. Shout out to Arsenio Hall. That's the OG, late night OG right there. No, like everything. Like it's one of the smartest comedy used to come out in like the 90s just because of the commentary. And I mean, like the zany Looney Tune style humor, like, is perfect for something so heavy, you know, like this, because it's basically saying, like, if you look a certain way in an industry that doesn't want you, you're set up to fail no matter what, you know. And it's very bold. Like, it's just, the music was great too. And yeah, no, it was definitely about minorities, but the cats were definitely black people because of the, I mean, not to just be stereotypical, but the heavy use of jazz. I mean, Natalie Cole literally voiced the singing parts for
voice.
Sawyer. So,
Yep.
you know, it's there. We all know it. It, you know.
Yes. I haven't seen Cats Don't Dance, but
So
I know everyone's.
Do it. Watch it. It is
Wait,
so
whoa,
good.
whoa. You ain't watched it?
It's not on the Max, and none of the stores I ever went to ever sold it on DVD. And I don't think
you
Cartoon
go to
Network.
1, 2, 3 movies. No,
I would like to
pirates.
support black businesses, Aaron.
No. The whitest guy you can think of made Cats Don't Dance. Because he also made Emperor's New Groove, but
oh damn it. Well, not all damn it to Emperor's New Groove, because that's a banger too. But I'm going to assume, Mike, that you've seen it, and I'm going to assume that you have a lot of good things to say about it, which you're going to tell me now.
period.
I have not seen it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta have a watch party. We gotta have a watch party.
You know me, y'all always bringing me gems, so this is another gem that I will watch, but I have not seen this. No.
So I'm just going to slide it up. I'm just going to slide it up here,
right there.
I'm just going to slide that up there.
Yeah, right there.
Mike, we need to talk about Jim and the holograms.
Oh yeah, Jim and the holograms.
But next up, you see, I said there's two things you need to know about these pets animals. You know what I'm saying? The first one is that cats don't dance. And the second one is that all dogs go to heaven. And that's what's up next. A hood classic, if I do say so myself. Go ahead. Who gonna take the reins first?
Nah, that's a hood classic. No, you dead ass it. That's a hood classic. Nope.
It is a hood classic because you can't keep a good dog down.
Yeah.
Dog
right.
Down.
It's about dogs. It's about dogs gambling, trying to kill each other. Like, yeah.
It was something, and then Charlie coming back and having to protect a little orphan girl. Like, it's a classic. Like, it is so good. Like, it's just one of those where, like, there are dark themes to it, but at the same time, it's still like a child movie. Like, you could feel it, and it's just like, okay. Because me and my brother used to watch. All right, that's Don Bluth, and we used to watch this movie all the time. All the time. It's one of my favorites.
Y'all, I done goofed. There was a movie that we discussed last night that I absolutely said would have to go on this list because of course it would. And I literally just remembered it now. And that is the Iron Giant.
Oh.
And I'm gonna need everyone that's watching in here to just imagine it goes any place at the tippy top. Unless someone ignorant says it's better than Man of Steel, which I'm gonna have to give it to Maris because we're not gonna entertain that dialogue tonight.
See,
so
Q, now you treating it like how the people treated it at the box office because they said it would be a
and
flop.
you're right, Avia. I don't know how in the fuck I forgot it, and that was literally the last movie we talked about last night behind the scenes. We were discussing it, and that was like one of the last movies we said. And I'm like, all right, I got you. And I'm literally making the things, and I'm like, I did a good job. I didn't forget anything. And I forgot the Iron Giant. Dead ass. I remember to get, well, I'm not, you know what? I'm going to save that because, you know what? Matter of fact, let me move it up a little bit because I want us to talk about it relatively early into the discussion. So I'm going to move it right here as far as that.
No, we got a whole bunch of movies to go through.
Right. We need to rapid fire.
Yeah. Okay. So all dogs go to heaven. Bam. I'm going to say, I'm going to assume it goes in spectacular. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Next up, personal favorite of mine. I know Mike has seen it as well. The in a lot of people's opinion, the greatest Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball movie ever, Dragon Ball Super Broly.
What is it?
I just said it, Mike. Dragon Ball Super Broly. I literally got that like point.
Oh, sensational.
Yeah.
Period.
Wow. Yeah, it's literally a masterclass. I saw it in theaters too with my bro and my sister-in-law. Sat down with a whole first time ever seeing an anime movie in a theater. It was litty the entire fucking time, from when we saw Vegeta go Super Saiyan God for the first time to the flash of Ultra Instinct to when Gogeta showed up, Broly going Super Saiyan, the whole nine. Immaculate animation, one of the most beautifully animated movies I've ever seen in my life. Just top to bottom amazing. Please come back, Dragon Ball Super. The streets need you. But yes, I agree. Sensational. Any objection?
Nope. I'll take your word for it.
Right. Next up, The Road to El Dorado.
One of my faves, and this was around the time when DreamWorks was really giving Disney a run for their money. It is a classic. It has a lot of adult humor in it. The great storyline of of colonization, and classic.
Facts. I have an idea of where it should go. Because I believe me and Avia might be on the same wavelength about it. I love Road to El Dorado too. I think it should go in the spectacular. Should go in spectacular.
Interesting.
On the trail we blaze.
I think it should go super, but all right.
Whoa! We'll unpack that later.
Sizzle.
Okay. Look, no. Look,
like a sizzle reel.
I'm just gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. Road to El Dorado's good. It's good.
Prince of Egypt is
Prince
better.
of Egypt is better.
But yes, and for those who don't know, Prince of Egypt was going to be on this list, but we said we're going to save that for another list. So, bam, non-factor, Prince of Egypt on its own merits.
It doesn't deserve just because of that. It can do it on its own. I mean, it's still a musical about colonization, just like Pocahontas.
True.
Damn. Okay, so what? Super Sizzle. Which one?
Super Sizzle. You should have a Super Sizzle.
Super Sizzle.
We'll come back. We'll rope around, but I'm gonna put that lower super. All right, next up in the speed round, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. Get off of my back. I remember watching this movie for the first time back in 2003.
Yeah.
We rented, my granny rented Spider-Man, this movie, and Valentine. Who remembers the horror movie Valentine?
My Bloody Valentine?
No. With David Boreanaz, Katherine Heigl, about the killer who had to wear the Cupid mask and have the nosebleed and was killing the folks who tormented them in high school. Shit like that. Google it real quick, Mike. I'm 100% positive you would know what I'm talking about if you see it right now. But yes, I saw this movie then, loved it. It's like, again, this is in the era where DreamWorks were dog walking Disney. What y'all say? What's y'all's opinion?
I'll put it with super right by Road to El Dorado.
Oh.
I put it before Justice League Dark.
Because my favorite part was when they're running from the army, and the boy was like, no, they didn't know the Spirit was about to jump, and then American Boy was like, no, he's like, yes.
And then he jumps, and then he's like, yahoo! Like, that was
the best part of the whole movie. And also, another good part of the movie was when he's it's snowing, and they're by the train, and he sees some other horses, and there are a lot of great moments in this movie. So I'll put it maybe before Justice League Dark, but definitely in the super tier. Factuals.
A little bit more adjustments. Okay, so I'll just yeah. Okay, so in front of Justice League, we say
Yes.
is that a unanimous yes or a
I mean, I'm cool with it.
Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, next up on the rapid fire, we got two more after this, and then we're gonna go back to our regularly scheduled discussions. Titan AE, starring cartoon Matt Damon. I think William H. Macy is in this joint too.
Definitely, I'll put it in super because it's one of those that it's like between child and adult oriented because there are a lot of adult themes in it, and the characters are just so interesting. They're just so interesting looking, and the animation. Fox did this, right?
Yes.
Fox did that, and this is when Fox also was trying something different, and it was definitely one of their more different animated films, and I definitely appreciate it because it was out of the box and I liked it.
Out of the box. I agree. Even though I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen clips of the movie.
Literally think of that song.
I agree simply off of what I've seen on YouTube. It looked interesting, and I do believe it probably got shafted more likely at the box office, like another film that's going to be talked about. But yeah. I say super as well. What y'all say? Excuse me.
Like Ben Affleck, I agree.
Mr. Magie? All right, so Super Dragon Ball Super.
2 thumbs up.
Facts. Sorry, y'all. I'm still looking at the big screen, so I can't see y'all hand signs. But thank you for confirming after the fact. Next up, rapid fire. The second to last rapid fire. The penultimate rapid fire. An American Tale. 5-0.
Spectacular.
5-0.
It's spectacular.
Period.
If you ever was on a random Sunday on Cartoon Network, you've seen American Tale. When there was no new episodes of any of the cartoons going, and they were like, so we have a movie presentation in American Tale, a Don Bluth classic. So yes, I agree. Spectacular. It's iconic. Everybody knows Fievel. Everybody loves Fievel in the squad. Any objections?
None.
It's
a Spielberg classic.
Yes. So spectacular goes you, Mr. Fievel. Mr. Fievel. And the last of the speed rounds. Woo! Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was not my idea in any capacity. This wasn't Avia's idea.
Here you go deflect.
This wasn't Mike's idea. There was one person's idea. Mr. Aaron Michael Johnson's. And the next movie is Watership Down. AKA, if you ever seen any clips of animals being brutally murdered and or dying, it comes from this movie. So, Aaron, please tell the audience. Tell the audience where you believe this should go.
Well, obviously it goes before Spider. No, it goes before Spider-Man. Nothing else to say. No, I mean the movie's about some very messed up politics under the guise of rabbits in the UK. Like it's based off of a book. It can be a little graphic. I mean, just because it's not Plague Dogs, y'all. Look, just because it's got some swearing, it's got some blood, it's got some guts. I mean, like it's got the je ne sais quoi of a movie. Like it's a movie. It's not even in it. Like this is where that discourse about animated films come into play. I think it deserves to be right in front of Justice League Dark. Because if it wasn't, I mean, it changed the game, but I think the remake kind of soiled it because it's only known. Okay, like that's literally what I was thinking of. It just if it wasn't for, I mean, it's only known now for like the rabbits clawing each other to death and that seagull saying "piss off." You know, it's a good movie, y'all. Y'all just need to give it a chance. But what about my uncle? Did you give him a chance?
A chance.
Let's go.
I mean, like Watership Down's a classic. You know, it's got Art Garfunkel. It's got the
Is this the
Deadly
movie
Rabbit.
with Willem Dafoe in it?
No. Actually, he may have been in the remake. I know John Boyega was in the remake. That's all I
Was it
remember.
Netflix? Was it for Netflix? I think.
Yeah.
It was indeed. So super tier. You just gonna slide that here, right here, then.
That's a classic.
I guess.
Now, the next one.
That goes
Next.
super. If that's what I think it is, if I can, I'm trying to see if I can see. Is that the
Secret
one?
of Them. It's definitely Secret of Them.
That goes spectacular. Like right in
Okay.
front of All Dogs Go to Heaven. That's exactly where
Okay.
that goes. That's a classic. Like
That's Miss Brisby.
nothing can compare to Nicodemus and Nim and just Miss Grigsby just going on an adventure trying to save her son. Like Don Bluth
Oh,
does it
Little
again.
Michael. Yeah. Little
Don Bluth
Michael.
does it again.
Factuals.
Nicodemus is a dope name, by the way. Come on.
Woo!
Like, who doesn't want to be
was.
called Nicodemus?
That old ass rat. That old ass.
No, he's decrepit. You wouldn't know that was decrepit.
Yeah, that was decrepit.
All right, guys. We have entered the specific. We have entered our first
I see what he
specific,
did.
our first specific part of the festivities. This is the Studio Ghibli section. Foe of the most immaculate outings from Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki. And we go. I kind of have a sneaking suspicion where all four of these are going to go, but y'all might surprise me, considering I've only seen one of these films. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like let y'all surprise me. But first off is the Christian Bale Spectacular Howl's Moving Castle. Mike, go ahead, pop off. Let's
Tell me if I was surprised when I saw them credits rolling and it said Christian Bale as Hal. I said, what? Christian Bale? Like, not my Batman. No. It was a really great first watch when I first watched it because I literally have been just started watching Studio Ghibli this year. So it was a really great watch. It did get me emotionally. But yeah, it was very good. The animation is always top tier with this studio. I don't know what they do. It'll almost look like water paintings. It just really flows with the animation style. So yeah, this is very sensational.
Factuals.
I agree.
That's one agreement. Aaron,
you know my quote, like Ben Affleck. I agree.
Facts.
It's a classic. That's a classic.
Go. Sensational. Number one, the first sensational.
Put that next one in front of the one you put up there.
Yes, because that one is my favorite.
This is Princess Mononoke for those.
Oh my god! Like
that's my favorite. That is my favorite. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Put it in front of Howl's Moving Castle because that is.
Yeah.
Woo. Now this is my jump off. This next one is.
I was shook watching Princess only because it felt like three different movies at one time, but they all weave together to make the actual movie. Even with the whole spirit and everything moving and at the climax of the movie, like it was just so much. It was so much going on in that movie that didn't make sense, but did make sense. But yeah, that was a good one.
Ooh, I just realized something else didn't make it. Clicked all of those images.
No, that's because you cooked the books. It's okay.
No, I'm talking about there's
It's
an
okay.
image
It's
that I
okay.
saved that is on our Google Drive file folder, and I could have sworn it was a part of this, but it's not here. Like I'm dead ass looking at it. I'm like, I literally saw it as I was creating the tier list, and it is not here.
What is it?
It was Coraline because I had Hot Trolls, I had Paranorman, and I had Coraline.
Well, you mean the one that I put on the list? The one that
Yes.
I
Oh my god, that was not.
There's a whole bunch of
but
words.
it's okay.
I love
okay.
Coraline, and I was going to lobby for Coraline to go in Sensational because of how groundbreaking it was at the time. It was a resurgence of the claymation aspect of it, and that being a straight up horror movie with the other mother and the other father and the button eyes and the implications of it all. I would have went hard. I was going to go hard in the paint for that movie.
I mean, we could
Here's
talk
one of my
about
faves.
animation horror for something else that happened.
Facts. We'll put a pin in that. But my jump right here, when it comes to Studio Ghibli, Spirited Away, hell yeah, it's a classic, a bop,
Period.
a masterpiece, like dead ass, just top tier across the board. I say it goes in Sensational as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna put it in front of Princess Mononoke because y'all go so fucking hard for that movie. I don't
It's
even.
so good.
I can't with a
You
good
need to watch
conscience.
it.
I am. Now that I
It's
just
on HBO Max. Please watch it.
Yeah, I just found out because they took out for some reason they took out the anime section in HBO Max. So I thought, oh fuck, there's no more anime.
No, you don't have to go to the actual hub for Studio Ghibli, like anything that's animation. You now have to go to the actual hub. I think what HBO Max is now is pushing everything up and pushing things into the actual hub, so you can use your hubs because there's different hubs that I think a lot of people didn't know that was there. You got Adult Swim, you got your Cartoon Network, you got the Studio Ghibli has a hub. Those are 3 different hubs, and I don't think a lot of people knew they was there. So I think they want you to actually use the hubs to see everything else that they have.
Factuals. So now that I know they didn't take all the movies out, that's my next goal. That's my next goal. I'm gonna knock out the park.
Period.
But speaking of things knocking things out of the park, the classic, what many folks believe to be the magnum opus from Studio Ghibli, My Neighbor Totoro. We already know where it's gonna go.
Put in Sensational.
But where at in the Sensational at?
Like right behind Spirited Away and between House Moving Castle.
Ooh, you're nicer than me.
Whoa.
You put it
I'm
behind
kidding. I'm kidding. I was gonna say put it in front of Sleeping Beauty.
Oh. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn.
Any dude is
I ain't
that
trying to rock the boat. I ain't trying to rock the boat.
Is that the move? Yes or no?
No, it better not go in front of it better not go in front of Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
I kid.
Look, I'm taking y'all at your word with this one. I'm taking y'all at your word. So if you tell me where it go when it comes to these 4 movies, I mean, I ain't got no objections.
Let me call the producer of this episode, Mr. Will P. See what he thinks.
You're not gonna get off that man's neck. You're not gonna get off that.
What, the Pac-Man? The Pac-Man?
You call him Bill Tacker?
I'm calling Pac-Man.
Pac-Man Jones.
But this next one has a special place in my heart.
As do mine.
Because where it
takes
place, that's the OG. Did this set off the trilogy? Well, what I consider like the best trilogy of animated Scooby-Doo films. It takes place in Louisiana.
Yes.
There are cat creatures. Like it was.
Were they demons?
It was like
right?
cat demons. Like cat demons, like creatures, and they like everything about it was just amazing, and it set off like great expectations of how the next ones were supposed to go. Because like after that, you have Scooby-Doo and Witch's Ghost, and you have Scooby-Doo and Cyber Chase, and they just like those 3 are like the the pinnacle of Scooby-Doo animated films, and this one definitely said it. This one definitely gave it a great start. It set it off.
And not only that, Avia, it gave Scooby-Doo a resurgence. This movie here, before then, it was just the reruns of the OG run and then the 80s specials and stuff like that. But this was like, okay, let's see if Scooby-Doo can still resonate with folks. And it did.
Because they had their modern wardrobe. Like if you look at Daphne, Fred, like they all have like updated 90s modern wardrobe.
Do I have to say the controversial take? Do I have to say it? It's better than 2002 movie. That's what the 2002 movie.
I agree. I completely agree.
As a person who loves the 2002 movie, I also agree very much so. Because it had the better songs in it. Cause it's terror,
man.
Now imagine if the Hex Girls did a concert before they were in Massachusetts. Now imagine if the Hex Girls showed up.
Oh, that'd be dope. That would have been best.
They made their entrance in all three films.
In my opinion, the Hex Girls are the greatest side characters introduced in an existing property because of their staying power and just how iconic they immediately were. Like, you don't get it. So I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I think Mike is handling some business, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say my mouse don't get caught. We're putting it here, yes.
Yeah, I mean the fact that it was so dark that Cartoon Network said you can't do something like this anymore. You can't.
Didn't stop them from rerunning that bit though.
Man, you feel me?
Right, we watched it. Like we watched it.
Fred, the mask isn't coming off because we're actually zombies.
I love that movie. Oh my god,
it's a great movie. I love it.
Yep. That was also the last performance of the OG Daphne voice actress. So yes, much love and respect to that. But yeah, so that was a nice little interlude before we go into our next phase, because this is gonna be. I'm just gonna let y'all know the next
all Disney
movies. Disney all Disney. The different tiers of Disney. Next, the first one up is we're going to talk about the Disney 3D studio.
It's super.
Which I can't see. What is it?
Tangled. Tangled is super.
That's spectacular.
Spectacular, yeah, it's
spectacular.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm like,
it's spectacular.
I
forgot that
it don't give you a little cracking.
Whoa! Mike, are you saying Tangled is sizzle?
You know when you're making a like you know how you make a little sausage patty and you flip it over.
What the heck? Wait, whoa.
You know, you flip it over to the second hand and it's like
whoa.
Mike trying to take that to the third
hand, it's like
right.
Hell to the no. I vehemently
for me.
Mother Gothel?
Sizzle.
Rapunzel's the fact that Rapunzel is objectively one of the top 3 Disney princesses, like my boy Flynn Rider.
Sizzle.
Come on,
no love for me.
The fact that
Mother did know best.
Yeah, Mother did know best.
The fact that the crew, the animators, literally the all women animators, literally brainstormed their ideal guy so they can base it around Flynn. Like they literally went that in depth in crafting the characters.
Sizzle.
Mike, you are so lucky you getting outvoted, man. Because this ain't no sizzle.
I'm gonna really keep it a buck. I'm gonna really keep it a buck for a second.
No, just watch A&A. Just watch A&A.
Hey, with this Disney thing, there is 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, we're not spoiling nothing, Aaron. We're gonna let them.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's just
we're gonna let them. But see, you tell it. But see, you
go anywhere else. Shame.
But see, y'all, you're spoiling stuff. You spoiling your pick. You let these folks.
I mean, sizzle ain't bad. It's all positivity.
Didn't you say they're all good? Didn't you say they're all good?
I did.
All good. So if I said it's sizzle, it's okay.
Man, but this is like. But there are just some movies.
So put all of them before and sizzle. Nope.
Aaron, see, because we
specifically
disagree.
put one on here. Nonsense.
Nah,
You
because
put one on
Finding
here
Nemo is
to bring back some nonsense.
Right.
See, no, we're not skipping ahead.
No.
We're not gonna spoil it. We're gonna save it. We're gonna go.
And I'm gonna go ahead, keep it a buck.
We not
Encanto is super.
Exactly.
we not spoiling nothing, Mike. We not spoiling nothing. We gonna keep it like golly.
And the Lion King, spectacular.
So I'm putting this at lower spectacular because y'all are not gonna play in this movie face.
Ooh, no.
Y'all are not gonna. Matter of
Let
fact,
me stop, because you know what, y'all? I've never seen Tangled.
anyways, so spectacular
You haven't even
goes.
seen it.
Spectacular goes. We putting that there. That's because Mike just didn't.
Oh, that's
Mike.
funny. That's funny.
Encanto. Encanto is next. Me and Avian know where Encanto should go.
I mean, we all know where Encanto go. I watched Encanto before you even started watching Encanto.
I'm specifically talking about me and Avia because I know the last time this movie was brought up, there was some controversy about where it deserved to go or not. So I just wanted to make sure we was all on one accord. So where to go?
Spectacular. It can go on spectacular.
Because some people are like,
because
maybe,
I mean, if you would have made the tiers correctly, we would be doing this.
I did make the tiers correctly.
No, you did.
You out here getting folks' blood pressure high because you talking about some. Oh man, Rapunzel is in Sizzle, and I didn't even say you was smooth sailing until you pulled that stunt.
I'm gonna watch Tango after tonight's episode, and then I'm gonna.
Oh my god!
Mike, I really feel like you would enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It really is.
It's really good. It's dope as fuck.
Oh god!
Speaking,
y'all know I
Turning
love
Red.
being messy. I got a Real Housewives of Atlanta trailer today.
Turning Red goes at the very
Top.
beginning of spectacular. Yeah, like if there was
sensational.
like it was
Sensational.
good.
I was
Like,
about
it
to
was
say. I was
good.
about to say. Like I put it.
I was gonna say sensational only because of just how it caused a good nice uproar for it, and for people to actually go and watch the movie and say, this movie is not as bad as people say it was, or this movie is not as it is a relatable movie. I'm sorry. I mean, you can say that it's not for you, but you can relate to this movie. I'm sorry.
See, Mike, you being far too nice. I looked at it like, fuck them folks. They ain't know what they talking about in general, so why we even paying attention to
Cut
it?
me off.
I'm like, I'm sorry, just finished. My bad. I did that.
Do what you gotta do.
No, I was just saying you was being more nice than me because I'm like, fuck them folks who was talking about it like that.
Then I'll credit him off.
And if I'm being real deal Holyfield honest on where Turning Red should go, this is where I think it should go. Right here. Because the animation in this, we talk about these top 3 movies. We all said virtually the same thing in different capacities. Turning Red, what it did with its animation is just will go down in the same capacity as this and something else that will be right up there with it. Aaron, you put it so perfectly. I'm gonna let you expound on it. It's like when you watched Toonami back in the day and you were watching anime and you were so mind blown at the way the characters were moving and how fluid and how unique it was. And if y'all watch the promo on Twitter, the clip I used of May when she transformed in front of the moon, that was some god tier shit. That was some I am like, whoa. Put her in the MCU, give her a 3-film arc, do whatever. Like, give her the visuals, give her all of it. Because it's like, and that's just that one scene. Like, everything else in the film matches up with it. The soundtrack is immaculate.
I mean,
the story and the message.
You can't get that
It's
anywhere
like,
it's great. I love it. Like, it's a great film. Like, it's a great. When me and Aaron watched it, like, we broke that film down. Like, down.
Oh, wait, no. Let me say the biggest hot take that nobody ever said about this movie. I'll go ahead and say it. I don't even care. Turning Red is the only great anime love letter from Western animation other than The Last Airbender?
Not the film, the television show.
Period.
And we agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Hold on, before I go full screen again, let me check my connection because I hope I'm not stuttering, and that's why I've been cutting y'all off.
And also, I hope that turning red, because like with the past 6 years with Disney, a lot they have really diversified. I really hope their next film like this is based off either in Africa or Black America. Like, I really hope that is their next one like this, like their next big film, as far as like coming of age type like that. Because they're going somewhere with. They keep this type of storytelling up and keep taking chances like this. The Disney animated studios won't be making a comeback if they continue this route. And the way to do that is by diversifying your animated films. And I feel like they're going in that direction.
Factuals, Mike.
I love this movie. I watched it the other night, maybe 3 nights ago, and I was like, this is very intriguing just because of how, like I said beforehand, of me watching the movie for a week. Well, since the movie had premiered and came out, all I saw was like, the controversy about it. And when I actually sat down and watched it, I was like, this is not a bad movie. I loved everything about the movie. As Avia said, if they continue to go in this direction, they can really just touch a lot of people with what they're bringing.
3 stacks, 300% agreed. So, yeah, this is what the list looks so far. We just about finished because apparently there's some short words for 2 of the most iconic Pixar films of all time.
We already know where they're going.
Do we, Ava? Because I thought so too until I heard a couple of words from Aaron specifically. And then Mike said super for Finding Nemo. So I'm like, I don't know where this conversation
goes.
Wait,
I didn't say super for Finding Nemo.
Which one you say it for?
I said super for Lion King.
Fuck. Okay, you know what? Let's start with Toy Story before Mike get us in trouble. Toy Story.
That's what I said. Toy Story, shoot, super.
Class.
Super Toys. Rescue.
You know what, y'all, Mike, you are so lucky that objectively the first Toy Story movie is not even the best one.
Actually, it is the best one.
What? Mike, are you just saying the opposite to get a rise out of me, man?
No, I'm not. I'm really, because Toy Story 1 is classic. It has the feels of being introduced into Andy's room, Andy's toys, Andy everything. The first, his next door neighbor, Sid. You get to see the whole another world of having somebody else's toys, and they're creepy as fuck. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about the dynamics. Of course. Yes, you get to go to a daycare. Yes, all this, that, and the third. Like, yes, of course, you get to see that. But I think I feel like what happens with originals, if the original does not give you a fresh start of anything new, what's the point of the original?
To be topped.
But if the original needs to be topped, what's the point of the franchise?
To keep getting better.
But if you did it one time, what's the point?
Because levels like playing a video game. It's like, oh, you're not playing a video game just to play the first level. You play it because the game is going to progressively get better and better the more you invest.
Did it get better, or did you just, continue to play just to play?
No, Toy Story 2 was very better than Toy Story 1. Toy Story 3, many people talking about some, damn, I cried.
We don't care about any of that because you know who got a spinoff?
So what, you mad because Buzz Lightyear, one of the 2 primary characters, got a spinoff?
I love Buzz Lightyear. He was my favorite. I hated Woody.
Damn, it's hard on goddamn Tom Hanks.
Woody was petty.
He was.
Did you see how he did Bo Peep?
But yeah, but that was the first movie in the rest of the franchise.
He was. You get another cowboy that got the same. You get a cowgirl that got the same clothes as you. You just like, oh, let me go ahead and leave.
Because he had to get back to Andy. Damn.
Well, you should have never left in the first place.
He got accidentally thrown away. He didn't leave on his own.
Did Andy throw him away?
That was his mom just picking shit up and putting shit down. Nobody told her to do that.
With his mammy.
Aaron, where do y'all say this Toy Story go? Well, let's make a decision.
I am causing chaos. I love it.
What y'all say about Toy Story? Because I already know where Aaron was saying. He was saying some wild stuff too. See, the last time somebody laughed like that, they just got canceled. So be careful.
Nah, I got iconic moments when damn Buzz was brainwashed.
Yes.
And he was Mrs. Teapot.
Mrs. Nesbitt.
So where is we putting this movie,
thing
guys?
in front of Castle Dance. Put that thing in front of Castle Dance.
No dance.
Right. It's all good.
Jeez.
And then
The
Finding
next one
Nemo.
goes in the super.
Right.
What the fuck? What are y'all talking about?
I mean, it's okay.
I did not like Ellen DeGeneres. So, you know.
Oh shit!
There you go.
In 2003, that was a non-factor.
But it was annoying to me. I didn't like Marlon. Marlon got on my nerves.
Shark Bait. Willem Dafoe is in this movie.
Okay,
That
and
don't help it.
That
and that other movie that we will not
in
speak
the
about.
movie Antichrist, but you know.
He's also in that other movie he was talking about.
Ooh, Nemo touched the butt.
Yes, because
I'm
I
glad, Nemo touched the
still
butt, and that's it.
I still own the Finding Nemo DVD my aunt gave me in church. It is in
So
my
do
granny's
I.
house. I
I
still
got the
own
DVD
it.
too, and it's collecting dust. It's collecting dust.
Y'all are some people that are peopling right now. Y'all are fine. Y'all talking about some goddamn soup or whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. Nah.
No.
I'll shut up.
Now, this one we gonna have to talk about.
If y'all not talking sensational, then we might as well just call it a sham now. I mean, like
sham.
Like I don't understand. I don't understand what the hell.
Wait, no, let me. No.
Damn.
Because what are we doing at this point? What are we doing right now if the Lion King is not going to be in sensational? What are we doing?
I'll put in sensational. I'll put it there.
What makes it sensational?
What you mean? What makes
Check
it?
out A&A, you'll find out. Check out A&A.
Thank you, Avia.
Disney Renaissance, and you'll find out.
Exactly.
I'm not explaining myself if I already did it. No.
I just realized another fucking image I downloaded is not on this fucking tier list.
Ooh, there's 3 in a row.
What?
The Little Mermaid. I literally fucking downloaded this shit.
Because you cook the books, it's okay.
No.
We are okay with you cooking the books. We love you. You cook the books. You put a little spice, a little garlic, and you stir it up a little bit. You put the lid on it, and you bubble it. We okay.
No, I'm not going for
Salt and
it.
pepper have paprika.
I'm not going for it. Where the fuck? Where is my damn images?
Oh God! Salt and pepper have paprika. The world stopped when that happened. I'm sorry.
It did. It really did.
It can go in sensational right beside, in between Turning Red and Sleeping Beauty.
Factuals.
Yes.
So I'm going to cause some problems to say it could go at the front, but you know.
Well, I already know that somebody's going to lobby for that to be the case with this movie. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been teasing it for the entirety of this month in many capacities and many avenues. It has been touched on in one degree. It's been touched on in another degree. And now you are going to probably hear the best version of the truth that the Academy and people in general don't want you to know. Ladies and gentlemen, the next movie that we're going to be talking about is the 1989? 1991. Little Mermaid's 89. The 1991 classic Beauty and the Beast. Without further ado, Aaron Michael Johnson.
If you don't put that shit in front of Into the Spider-Verse, we're gonna have a problem.
Why I gotta go in front of that one? Why the fuck do it gotta go in front of that one?
Listen,
Why
explain
does it have to go in front of that
Explain
one?
to him why. Explain to him why.
Why does it have to go in front of that one?
If it was not for Beauty and the Beast, Into the Spider-Verse would not have won the Oscar, period. If it wasn't for Beauty and the Beast, there would be no Best Animated Feature, award, because Beauty and the Beast was arguably the only animated film nominated for Best Feature, Best Picture, period, and it lost to Silence of the Lambs because it was iconic. The music, the animation, that was one of the first movies to use CGI the way it did. Like the painting aspects. It used like the Baroque and the Renaissance and the Romantic era. Like, come on, people. It's an artist's dream to make something like this. The fact that it got a standing ovation at the New York Film Festival, and it was like only storyboards. Like, come on, black and white pencil test only. Okay, and then the fact that because the movie shook Hollywood to its core, they were like, "Oh no, we can't have something like this happen again." No. So Beauty and the Beast is the Oscar Michaud of animated movies. There,
yep,
I said it.
Yep.
Yes,
and it is because that is what Aaron has been sitting on. It's because it's because that this has been something Aaron has been sitting on and has been waiting to tell you, beautiful people, for a long period of time, and because it's
he said it on A&A as well.
Yes, indeed, on the A&A episode where they almost tried to rob me of talking about Aladdin, but we're not going to talk about that. But
like we don't talk about Bruno.
Or Titan season 4, apparently.
Nope.
Because all of that is objectively true, and my own personal opinion notwithstanding, and because we're giving flowers that are necessary, we're putting Beauty and the Beast at Sissel.
No.
See, I can be funny too. I can be hilarious. I can make the jokes. I can be funny too. It's in front. It's at the front. I can see how when Q be funny, then everybody got a problem with it. We're up in arms when Q is funny.
We're not those other people that was in this
tier
group.
above sensational.
There is none. It's just sensational. That's all you get.
Well, whatever tier is above sensational, that's what
Spider-Man's on. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and knock that out.
That's where Goofy movie would go.
Yep.
See, y'all, why y'all keep spoiling stuff?
Next one,
y'all about the hood classics.
This next one, I would put this in spectacular. I don't care.
I can't see.
Treasure Planet.
I will put Treasure Planet.
Oh, wow.
I will put that. I will put
my turn.
Because Disney really did something special with this film, and nobody noticed it. They did this film dirty. Like, they did this film really dirty.
Yes, I saw it for the. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. And
no, I was just
go ahead, Q.
No, I was just going to say I saw it for the first time last night, and everything Avi is about to say, I agree.
Because if you watch this film, the animation, like the 2D drawing, they also have a mixture of 3D as well. Like, and it's just something just incredible to see. And the storyline, they took the Treasure Island storyline and they made it galactic. They made it, in space. And of course, they had their own, they did their own with it, but it was just something very special. And this was around the time in the early 2000s when Disney was declining, and they considered this film a flop because it wasn't because the film wasn't good. it was because it didn't make enough money at the box office, and that is a shame. Because if I would have known, I would have definitely asked my mom to go see this if I would have known that. And it's just, I hate that we as movie watchers really let this film slip through our fingers as far as like going to the actual theater to see it. But I'm glad that now it's becoming a cult classic. The voice actors, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Emma Thompson, uh, just other great actors who voice characters in this film, and it's one of my favorites. Like I could watch Treasure Planet any day of the week, and I believe it should go in spectacular.
Like Ben Affleck, I agree. Mike?
So for the longest time when we would talk about this movie in the chat, I said, "Oh, I've seen this movie before. Yes, I agree. Oh my God, yes, yes, God, Queen, word." Then I went and looked and was like, "Wait a minute, this is not the movie that I thought it was." So I actually watched it for the first time today. And the animation is really dope. I love how it just feels. I do have issues with just some characters. I felt like there was a setup of some type of, father-son relationship that I just wish it could have been just set in stone and said. Other than that, it's a great watch. I do wish that it could have got its sequel, because I did do some research after watching it on YouTube, and it was supposed to have a sequel and going exploring more into the galaxy of Treasure Planet and the universe and everything. So I think for me, I just wish I could have seen more from this universe, because I think it had a great start. It actually could have been a trilogy, just because there were so many setups for the future. But yeah, the animation was beautiful and everything.
Factual.
Funny you say that, Mike.
It was a nice climactic experience, I will say.
They were going to make a trilogy, and Disney canceled it because
Right.
they did not have faith in 2D animation.
Thanks a lot, Home on the Range.
That's exact. Mm-hmm.
Yep, you right.
Yep.
You right.
Yep. Yeah. He said it.
So, Treasure Planet, spectacular, like Spider-Man. And I'm going to be the guy and say that it goes somewhere in between Cats Don't Dance and 101 Dalmatians. Period. That fair? Mm-hmm. Yes. Next up, because I just made an executive decision. I just made an executive decision because Aaron said something. And when he's right. He's right.
Hood classic.
Good true.
Something better. Something
classic.
Better. A bona fide. Yep.
Right. Bona fide black classic. Yep. Black experience.
Period.
Period. It's a goofy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes there.
There you go.
Definitely.
There you go.
It's you can't. It's there's no.
Just to mention that the animator who animated Roxanne was black. Like she based Roxanne off black girl. So it's like and Max is definitely a black child of the 90s. Like you can't tell me he's not. Like you can't tell me he's not.
Everybody was black coded. Everybody was black coded except for Bobby.
Yep.
Powerline is literally Bobby Brown and who else? Were they inspired? Prince.
Yeah.
Prince and Bobby Brown. Tevin Campbell doing the voices, voice of Powerline.
Shout out.
Yep.
Like it's a goofy movie. Like I know in recent memory people think, oh, I don't know why people are talking about a goofy movie so much. Nobody no, a goofy movie literally is, in my opinion, it is the best Disney Renaissance movie ever. Because it's not. It's literally taking. There is no reason it was supposed to go as hard as it did, but it did so anyway.
Mhm.
A father-son bonding trip, shenanigans, heartfelt moments, and an immaculate soundtrack. Like, you can have your Adele Dazeems, you know what I'm saying? You can have your anybody else, but I'll take Tevin Campbell and Eye to Eye any day. Like,
it's a classic. It's a classic. It's a bop. Like, it is a timeless bop.
Period.
So yes, a late decision. This is, as a matter of fact, let's give it the black power green. One of the three colors of black.
Period.
Excellence. We're gonna give it that. So yes, we made the executive decision. A Goofy movie is a bona fide black experience. Tippy of the tops.
Oh, so what does that mean for the next one?
I was just listening. Oh my god!
It is a bona fide black experience. It is.
Oh, we didn't think this through. We did not think this through. Oh no!
I mean, no shade. If you want to keep it cute, the next two.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We didn't think
Okay.
But
because I mean,
the
soundtracks.
The next movie is the iconic, the game changer. The movie, if you were a black kid, you absolutely saw this movie at some point in your life. Matter of fact, this probably introduced you to the concept of Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny, if not who Michael Jordan was.
Like, I got a Lola Bunny Toon Squad jersey. I got two of them. Like, I got and shorts. Like, let's go.
Space Jam. And I know what some of y'all are thinking, this isn't an animated movie. This has live action. Blah, blah, blah. 3/4 of this movie takes place in an animated world.
Okay.
That it's an animated movie. It's a part of that genre. As a matter of fact, we had an expert on a couple of weeks ago who said that. Who said as much. So, but considering what we just did.
Just for the Monica song.
Right.
Come on.
Or fly like an eagle, seal.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, seal. Oh, and hit him high. And hit him high.
Wait a minute.
Of course, the theme song. Come on and slam. If you want to change.
But there is a person who's on the soundtrack that might knock it down.
Yeah.
And they arguably have the most iconic song from the movie, unfortunately.
Oh, that song from All for One? That was at the very end.
I know what you're trying to do, Aaron, and it would work 9 times out of 10, but we cannot ignore that R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly is a part of the soundtrack. It's the song most people identify with this movie. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be. It should be Fly Like an Eagle. It should be Seal. But I'm going to toss it to you, my esteemed family. Should that prevent it from being in a bona fide black experience tier?
What's that, Will Packer?
Oh, fuck. Where's... Because if it's not, I'm gonna be very controversial. If it's not, if we're knocking off a point,
I'm about to say,
even though that is a flagrant lie, objectively a flagrant lie, but because of the international implications of the movie, outside of that one glaring issue, like nobody paid. Let's just keep it a stack 50, y'all. Nobody pays attention to the actual acting quality of Space Jam. No one looks at Space Jam from an acting perspective and goes, wow.
Well, y'all did it in the second one.
Here.
You sure did. Y'all let that second one flop.
Nobody asked for a second one,
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to be funny because of who is the Space Jam, but nah. Y'all let Space Jam. Y'all let that second. Y'all let that.
So we're just gonna meet everybody halfway and put Space Jam in sensational. That's what we're gonna do.
Messy.
Now, I know a movie that doesn't have R. Kelly on the soundtrack that does belong at the tippy top.
Period.
In my humble opinion, one of the top 2 greatest sequels of all time. And it might not even be 2. You know what? I'm going to say it. Until further notice, Shrek 2 is the greatest sequel of all time.
There you go.
And because of that, and because I used to watch the hell out of that DVD, and because I know Avia and Aaron and Mike did the same thing.
Man, I was trying to get that movie on bootleg.
And since Mike already teed it up, guess where it's going to go, y'all?
All the time. And TBS.
Mike, you let these folks know where it's going to go.
Sensational.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say a bona fide black experience, but that works too. That works too.
Sensational. Yeah, it's going to go in sensational.
Do we have Aaron? Do we have to
put Anastasia as a bona fide black?
I mean, I won't disagree.
Okay, I will put Anastasia in Spectacular. That's right. I will put Anastasia in Spectacular because it is not like they Fox definitely, now that she is officially a Disney princess, quote unquote Disney princess, because Disney owns the rights to Fox. They own her now, but it's not historically accurate because we found out the last 10, 15 years that she actually died with her family that night when they stormed the palace.
Boo history.
But just the animation, the storyline, the Once Upon a December, chills every time I watch that scene. Chills when the ghosts come from the portraits and they start dancing around her, and she sees her family come out of the big portrait behind the throne, behind the throne chair. Just oh my god! There's just something about this movie that Fox definitely used the Disney model, but also they still made it their own at the same time. To this day, people don't realize that Anastasia isn't a Disney well, it didn't used to be a Disney property.
Right.
Because how similar they were, the storytelling was. It's just but now,
Yep.
It's part
Christopher Lloyd as Rasputin.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Ryan
for me for that damn song.
In the night,
How you gonna use bugs? How you gonna use bugs when he's literally talking about waking up a bunch of demons to go after this girl? How you gonna do that? Do you care about the kitties that much? That much? Tragic. In the dark of the night.
Shout outs to the old dude who gave up his scam when he realized she actually was Anastasia and remember back to the night and was I'm just gonna slide out into the night. My scam is over with. I appreciated that. That was a nice moment in the film, and I agree with Avia. It does.
Hammer?
Do y'all agree with Avia?
You can learn to do it.
That is a cool scene, though.
Yeah, it was just.
It can go wherever.
I'll put it at the end of. I'll put it in Spectacular. I would definitely put it in Spectacular.
Any disagreements?
Mm-mm.
And the last one up is Box Trolls, a movie about kids. A movie about kids trolling other gameplay people on Xbox. So Sizzle.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't remember the movie. I remember the trailer of them. I said, what? Damn, boxes were living. Okay. They're little hoarders. Okay. All right.
Yep, I'm liking the look of this list.
Period.
Shout outs to Aaron for calling an audible and saying that a Goofy movie should be in a tier of its own. Because that is true. That's for truth.
I'm done.
Let me go ahead and save this image.
Great job, people.
We did the damn thing per usual. That's what this. I mean, but this is what they expect from us. They know we're gonna do the damn thing. They know we're gonna show up, and the show out.
We need to ask people what should have been on the list, because we might have to do this again, because a lot of people said we did miss a couple movies, and we did miss Caroline, Little Mermaid.
We do something next month.
Wow, I'm so glad you brought that up, Aaron, because we are doing stuff next month, because we said bump all of this, just talking about it twice in March. We gonna do a whole month. Oh, okay. Trailer. We got a trailer.
Life, class. That's what animation means. Movement. Your characters can move in any style at all, limited only by the boundaries of your own imagination.
You've just witnessed Relax-O-Vision. Relax-O-Vision is a process that inserts calming, mirthful images into scenes that might be too intense for the kiddos watching at home. For example,
Animation sucks.
Love the Adult Swim vibes.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yes,
good word, man.
As y'all just got done seeing, Animation Month is returning for year 2 in our MD catalog. We got a lot of good stuff coming for y'all. We still ain't done with these tier lists, because now we get to get mean. I guess, maybe, or not. We might be very respectful to what we talk about. I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus, but it will be entertaining all the same. We got adult animation. We know y'all been clamoring for it. Aaron's been clamoring for it specifically. I just introduced him to 2 new shows, Moral Oral and Smiling Friends. So I can't wait to take the lead on both of those shows and talk about them to a very, very lengthy, almost scholarish degree. I can't wait to talk about it. What is this? Why am I looking at 2 Adam Wests drinking tea and or coffee?
Blackout.
Blackout.
Blackout it is. Blackout it
is. Blackout.
You want to play? Okay.
Oh my god! So yes, Aaron is going to be finally giving us the tea, the love and admiration of the Smiling Friends and Moral Oral. I had nothing to do with it at all. He actually put us on to those, and we're going to be talking about a lot of other things too. We're not just going to be talking about one particular aspect. You know, we might run back a certain yellow sponge. You know, giving them flowers. We might run that back because Lord knows.
I think we're going to run back some stuff about Sailor Moon. That's what we're going to run back.
We got some run backs that y'all are
Sailor
owed.
Moon, He-Man. You know, a lot of those shows have made some reboot comebacks on Netflix. So I would love to talk about those because they have really, especially He-Man, not that other one that came out behind it, but that one that came before with the part 1, part 2.
Oh, you talk Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe is really, really good. So yeah, be on the lookout.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about the Legend of Vox Machina. I'm ready to talk about the Legend of Vox Machina. It is so good. It is so good.
Yes, and we'll be having some special guests on here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who just yet, but we will. It might just be me in a wig or me in a trench coat. So
we're gonna be talking about Hell of a Boss, y'all. That show is hysterical,
hilarious. Oh my god!
Damn, do you got a wig I can wear? She might be doing attending to her kid, but yeah. I know Quincy got a trench coat. He like going downtown in the trench coat from time to time.
Where's Carmen Sandiego? Where's Carmen Sandiego?
Where is Carmen?
Oh yeah.
Even though they got Miss Heebie-Jeebies in the reboot, that reboot was pretty cool.
Or McGruff. He's McGruff primed up.
Wait, the reboot already happened?
Yeah. With Miss Heebie.
San Diego, yeah, it's on Netflix, I think. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Definitely missed it.
Because the heebie-jeebies.
But yeah, our next month's animation month is going to be very, 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 very fun. Very exciting. Every hour of April, we're going to have content for you guys dropping every hour. Every day of the week. All live. All live and direct. We're talking YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram posts, Twitter spaces, Facebook spaces, MySpace.
Spaces.
That, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be dope.
Sure.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. So quick reflections. How do we feel about the lists we done this month? How do we feel?
Excellent day.
And we all agree on the placements of the very first one, and we agreed that No Way Home should have been higher on that list. Yes.
You know what? On that note, I can't even be disrespectful, but you know,
oh my god,
I think.
Oh fuck! Oh my gosh.
I hope you're happy, Q.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna go.
You know what? I'm as happy as Zoe. I'm as happy as Zoe was on Sunday. How about that?
You know who else is happy?
Before you launch into it, we gotta say congratulations to Army of the Dead and Zack Snyder's Justice League for being Academy Award-winning films. That we won. Y'all stay losing. Stay out of them minds because apparently that's not the wave. And
that was the win heard around the world, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guard your grill because you don't know who be coming for nowadays. You know. What? Look, that was no wilder than what you were about to say, Aaron.
You're right.
Literally no wilder than what you was about to say.
Our humor, immaculate.
Yes, indeedy. Mike, you get the what say you?
That's deep. Mike.
Did you get something to eat? On that note, Aaron, say you're very risque joke.
No. Man. No.
Hurry up! I got a phone. Hurry up! I got a phone call. I gotta need some.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
I'm not.
Don't
What do you
dare.
mean? Don't not dare?
Don't you dare! I know who you got a phone call with.
What you mean? It's not who you think. It's not who you think. It's not at all
Margot
who you
Robbie?
think. No, actually, it's with a guy named. You know what? I'll wait till we are straight to let you know.
Yeah, this was a good little thing, unlike that one dude's production. But he's never produced anything good. So
Speaking of productions, who can y'all remember in Best Man Holiday when they produced the dance sequence to Creatures in the Rain? That was my favorite. Like dead ass. They was with her in the paint.
On that note, y'all, we have been
apparently I said something funny. So we've been MD, and of course we will be hollering at y'all in the month of April. Animation month is going to be turned lit and all of the above. Y'all already know who we are. We don't do individual sign-outs anymore because Mike said he will come and break my arms if I ever did that again. So that's donezo. We have been MD. And per the usual, we will see y'all later. Everybody say peace, everybody.
Peace.
Hope you're happy with Packer.